Hey there, thanks for tuning into this little video. I'm going to be camping for a couple weeks, getting my tent on in Colorado, and I'm looking forward to a little bit of mountain time in the mountain time zone. That should be great. But I wanted to post a video here instead of putting nothing up this week. So I wanted to talk real briefly here about what is faith. So obviously the name of this channel is Hard Knock Faith. But what is faith and what does it mean to be a person of faith? So I have a little bit different take on this than some people have in the religious world. But I think how you look at faith really matters. So this is what I'm getting at. I have met in my work as a pastor and chaplain through the years, I've met a number of people who they consider themselves to be Christians, and their view is that they can sort of prove you into being a Christian. And so the people that I've known, they will try to prove you into their view of creation. They'll try to prove you into their view of the end times. They'll try to prove the virgin birth or prove the bodily resurrection of Jesus. Those are some of the most common ones that I've heard. Sometimes archaeology for specific things in the Bible, like the Ark or the Battle of Jericho or things like that. Um, and I think those things are valuable. I think that facts are valuable. I think the scientific method matters. Um, but I think that we need to keep our grip on the fact that faith is uh, it's an unseen hope. It is not a certainty. If faith was a certainty, um, then we would be able to prove people into it. We would be able to logic people into it. Um, and we wouldn't have to trust. And so I like to use the terminology that I'm a practicing Christian. So um, I'm not claiming to be a good Christian. I'm not claiming to be an ideal Christian. What I am claiming to be is somebody that is actively seeking to put my faith into practice. And my goal of my life is that I would continue to practice as a Christian. And I mean practice like basketball practice, baseball practice, um, musical instrument, whatever. So there's that piece. So there's faith versus sight. And the Bible makes a big deal about this difference. And I think that we need to keep our eye on the ball and realize that faith is exactly that. It is faith. It is trusting God, trusting God's word for something that you cannot see right in front of you with your physical eyes. So the second part that I want to bring up is, having said that, there's a second piece, which is that we do all have different personalities, and some people are more they more process the world through their emotions. Some people process the world through their experiences. Some people process the world through logic and ideas. There's all different ways that people process and think about things, and I have tended to be a person who um, I tend to process things more through big ideas and logic. I'm a more theoretical person in some ways, but I also want to know, like, how does this apply to real life? And one of the things that always strikes me is just because of how my brain works, is I can see these like logical inconsistencies and how a system of thought just doesn't work because it doesn't fit together, that kind of thing. Um, the reason that I bring this up is that I don't think that we should um, put on a pedestal a highly emotional, pious version of Christianity, and I don't think we should put on a pedestal a highly logical, thoughtful version of Christianity. I think that we all come to Christ and we process our faith and we process our life um, our own way, and then we also seek to do that alongside of other people as part of a community of faith. So where I get my balance is through having friends and loved ones and conversation partners who don't see the world exactly the way I do. And then you start getting into the spiritual gifts and the way that God has made people different in order to be a blessing to others and a blessing to the community. So um, I'm basically saying faith is not a logic thing. Faith is an unseen thing that does require that leap. It does require trust. And if God is a liar and I'm a person of faith in God, then I'm a fool. And I need to be honest about that. And I think there is a lot of goodness in being able to name faith for what it is. And then my second point is that there are different versions of faith and what faith looks like. Some people approach it more logically, some people approach it more emotionally, some people approach it more practically in different ways. So I hope this has been helpful. Look forward to your notes and comments. If you want to leave a comment, go over to hardknockfaith.com and find the post to this link. And I hope you have a great rest of your week.